Asking people to do things for us or asking if we are allowed to do something is often quite difficult. Perhaps you're just a shy person and you don't feel comfortable asking other people to do things for you. Maybe you're a very independent person and you like to take care of yourself. Sometimes we just don't feel like we know the other person well enough. Another big issue is language. What is the best way in English to ask somebody to do something for you? Stay tuned as I make request and asking permission easy. Hi everyone, how are you? I'm Edward from English Made Easy. Humans are social animals. The reason we've been so successful as a species is we have an unmatched ability to communicate with each other. If I need something, I can ask somebody to do it for me. I'm sure many of you mostly use YouTube for information or to get knowledge. Humans are fantastic at sharing knowledge. However, when it comes to asking somebody face to face to teach you or to explain something, it can sometimes be difficult. Imagine this situation. You go to lunch with somebody you don't know very well, and the bill comes. You check to see if you can find your wallet, and you've forgotten it. Do you feel comfortable asking this person to pay for you? Knowing how to ask these questions is really important, but also knowing which is the right question depending on who we're speaking to is equally important. In English, we call this formal language. Let's start by learning how to make requests. A request is when we ask somebody else to do something for us. We'll start with the informal options and we'll move towards the more formal options. If asking friends or family, there are two great options. Can you or could you? Both of these are always followed by verb 1. For example, can you make me a cup of tea? Can you drive me to the mall? Could you take the dog for a walk? Could you buy me a Coke? Can you and could you are the two most common ways of making requests. That's because we use these with friends, with family, and also with people we know really well, like our close colleagues. However, if we want to make a request for somebody we don't know very well, or perhaps somebody who we consider to be senior to us, we have to change and use some more formal requests. Two great formal options are, would you mind, or could you possibly? However, it's important to note that there's a difference in grammar here. Would you mind is followed by verb ing, while could you possibly is followed by verb 1. Let's check out some examples. Would you mind forwarding these documents to the team in Germany, please? Would you mind lending me $20 for lunch? Could you possibly tell me the time? Could you possibly show me where the nearest bus station is? To summarize, there are 4 great options when making requests. Can you, could you, would you mind, or could you possibly? Let's move away now from asking people if they can do something for you, and instead looking at asking if you are allowed to do something. This is known as asking for permission. Permission means that you are allowed to do something. It isn't talking about if something is legal or illegal. It's talking about consent or authorization to do something. Clearly, it's really important to understand how to ask for permission, but it's also important to know which is the best way to ask for permission depending on who I'm speaking to. I'll now show you 7 different ways to ask for permission in order of formality, from the least formal to the most formal. The least formal is can I plus verb 1. For example, can I go to the bathroom? Next is could I plus verb 1. For instance, could I use your phone? We can also use is it okay if I plus verb 1. Is it okay if I submit my assignment next week? Another option is may I plus verb 1, such as with the sentence may I borrow $20? How about could I possibly plus verb 1? Could I possibly leave early? I'm not feeling well. We can also use would it be okay if I plus verb 2. Would it be okay if I contacted them tomorrow? And the last option, would you mind if I plus verb 2. Would you mind if I asked Mr. Jones to join the meeting? There are plenty of different ways to ask somebody to do something for you, or to ask permission. But one thing is true for all of them. You are asking somebody a question. Therefore, it's crucial that we are polite. One way to guarantee that you're speaking politely is to use the word please. Just put the word please at the beginning or at the end of the sentence. For example, could you take me to the airport, please? Or, please, could you take me to the airport? Thanks for watching this lesson of English Made Easy. If you feel like this video helped you, please give it a like, share it with your friends, or even consider subscribing to see more of our videos. If you have a question that you want answered, please post it in the comments section below. Or if you'd like to join our community, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or even support us on Patreon. You can find the links to all of these below. Thanks for watching and keep learning.